how can I communicate more effectively with others? Now, we all have to work with lots of different people, and people work in different ways and they communicate in different ways. So, how can you communicate more effectively with those around you? Well, here are some of my top tips. Firstly, I want you to look at their communication style. How do they communicate? Are they a bit more direct? So they go straight to the point, no frills, that's it. They go straight to the point, and there you are. Are they more analytical, where they want to deal with facts and figures and detail? Are they more of a team player, where they'll have much more of a collaborative conversation? Or are they very sociable and they'll want to talk about their weekend before they get into whatever you're about to talk about? What I want you to think about is, how can you mirror and flex their style? Now, I know it's difficult and not everyone can do this, but I want you to practice it, because what happens is, if you learn to mirror their style, your communication will land better and you'll get a better outcome. I also want you to think about the time of day. Now, when you've got something important or complex to talk about, if possible, work out the best time to speak to that individual when they're at their optimum. Um, you can't, because you can't, obviously, you can't do that all the time, because sometimes a decision just needs to be made. You need to ask a question, you need to just go straight to it. But if possible, and it's something that's a little bit more complex, try and find the optimum time of day for that individual, and you will know because you work with them on a regular basis. And use that time to create the right time for your delivery. The next thing I want you to think about is the best method for you to communicate, that which is the most appropriate. Now, sometimes if it's a formal instruction, it will need to be via an email or a document. It may be an informal conversation, so it might be a quick Teams chat, could be a message even, or it could be a quick phone call. Um, it might be something a bit more personal. Say, for example, someone wants to talk to you about a long term sick issue that they're dealing with. That may mean a face to face appointment, it may mean a Teams meeting, or again, it might mean a phone call. But I want you to think about the different methods in which you communicate and which one might be best for that situation, so that you can get the best outcome for that individual and for yourself. Now, when I'm coaching leaders, sometimes we'll work on a specific communication strategy for dealing with a particular issue, especially if it's something more challenging, a big situation. There's going to be a big change in the organization, and we want to work out how the best way to communicate that. So I'll work with leaders, working out lots of different ways of doing that. But the main thing I want you to think about today is, how do you communicate, and what can you do to improve your communication so that you do get a more effective outcome?